Okay, so right now we're going to go over how to add two mixed numbers that have fractions with different denominators. Now, you may first think that you should turn each of these mixed numbers into improper fractions before adding them. But when we're adding or subtracting mixed numbers, there's an easier way to do it. The first thing to do would be to take the two whole numbers and add them together. So I know I'm going to be starting at least with 5 and something else. The next piece would be to take the two fractions and add them together, and we would add the result to the 5 once we're done with that. Now, if you remember, when we're adding fractions with different denominators, we always want to do that vertically. And the reason is, it's going to benefit you later on when you get to higher level algebra. If we are looking for a common denominator here between 4 and 5, the easiest way to get that would be to just multiply those two denominators together. So we would use a denominator of 20. So we're going to take 1/4 and multiply it by a fraction to give us a third fraction that has that common denominator of 20. We're going to do the same thing with 1/5. We're going to multiply it by some fraction, and that will equal a second fraction with the common denominator of 20. In order to get from 4 to 20, we must multiply by 5. So we have to turn this fraction into 5/5 or 1, because if we multiply 1/4 by some number other than 1, it will not take up the same place on the number line that 1/4 does. We will have changed the value of the fraction, and we can't do that. We can only change the way it appears. So 1/4 is really equal to 5/20. The same logic applies with 1/5. We would have to multiply 5 times 4 to get to 20. So we're going to multiply 1/5 times 4/4, again, 1, so we can preserve the place of 1/5 on the number line and re-express it in different clothes, I like to say, as 4/20. So now, when we add 1/4 plus 1/5, we're really adding 5/20 plus 4/20 to get 9/20. We will then bring this 5 down, and our final answer here would be 5 and 9/20.